Hello and welcome to the Simple World. This channel will take you through the U.S. states in alphabetical order. First up, Alabama. So let's dive into Home Sweet Alabama. Alabama is located in the southeastern United States at the Gulf of Mexico. It borders Tennessee to the north, Mississippi to the west, Georgia to the east, and Florida to the south. Florida's panhandle takes most of the Gulf of Mexico away from Alabama, near the border with Mississippi at Mobile Bay. Alabama is divided into over 25 counties. Alabama has a capital at Montgomery in the central part of the state. Its biggest city by population and size is Huntsville. A detail worth pointing out is that NASA's Marshall Space Flight Center is located in Huntsville. Other major cities include Mobile, Tuscaloosa, Birmingham, and Decatur. The state has 9 electoral votes and has not voted for a Democratic president since 1976. Mobile is on its namesake bay and is a historic town. Once known as the Paris of the South, it is the cultural center of the Gulf Coast. Every year, this city does its Mardi Gras and is the USA's original for this carnival event. Tuscaloosa is in the heart of western Alabama and is home to the world-renowned University of Alabama. The Black Warrior River goes through the city. It is famous for its live music events and its vibrant community. Birmingham is at the seat of Jefferson County in the north-central part of the state. It is full of Black history and activists. The mayor has said, Birmingham has always been a city for builders, from steel mills to startups. We are as strong as the steel that first built our economy as we move forward to create better ways to live, work, and play for our residents and visitors. Alabama is famous for its southern hospitality, cotton, steel, peanuts, and its fierce football rivalry between the Auburn Tigers and the Alabama Crimson Tide. Some famous figures from the state are Nat King Cole, Helen Keller, Coretta Scott King, Satchel Paige, Mia Hamm, Rosa Parks, and Osceola. The state has produced many baseball stars such as Willie Mays and Hank Aaron. It is given the nickname Yellowhammer State after its national bird. Its state tree is the longleaf pine and its flower is the camellia. Alabama is the only state in the U.S. with all major natural resources needed to make iron and steel. It is also the largest supplier in the nation of cast iron and steel pipe products. Chemicals, paper, minerals and ores, and primary metals are among the state's biggest exports. Cotton is also the biggest export, and it was the driving force in creating the state. Alabama has high mountainous ridges and deep valleys. The East Gulf Coastal Plain covers the southern 2/3 of the state. Near Mobile Bay, the area is swampy and usually referred to as the wiregrass section because of its grass. This is the area where most agriculture thrives. In the north, the Piedmont uplands has valleys and ridges. This area exports coal, iron, marble, and limestone. Alabama's highest peak, Cheaha Mountain, lies in this region as well. Closer to the Tennessee border, the Appalachian Mountains region. This area is much like the Piedmont upland, but in a mountain range. The highland rim mostly lies in the Tennessee River soil, where corn and cotton are frequently grown. The rivers Alabama and Tombigbee flow from Mobile Bay, and the Tennessee River flows in and out with the Tennessee border. Major lakes include Guntersville Lake, Lewis Smith Lake, Logan Martin Lake, and Martin Lake. Its lowest point is at the Gulf of Mexico. The earliest inhabitants of the state were various different indigenous tribes. The Chickasaw lived in the northwest and the Cherokee lived in the uplands of the north. The east belonged to the Muskogee. The southwest was taken by the Choctaw. The earliest known European settlers were from Spain, who arrived at Mobile Bay in 1519. The area wasn't really useful until 1530 when Hernando de Soto and an army of about 600 men traveled inland for search of gold. They reached the Tennessee River with high hopes. They ventured west and had the first European sighting of the Mississippi River. His expedition spread knowledge about the southern tribes and opened up the area for more settlement. De Soto's expedition found themselves in a battle with the Choctaws, described as the bloodiest battle between Europeans, and Native Americans. They found no gold, and settlements in Alabama were abandoned. The area was abandoned into the 1700s when the British, French, and Spanish sought for control of the region. The first permanent settlement was by the French, called Port Louis in modern-day Mobile. But the Treaty of Paris handed over the land to a fast-growing British Empire. After the U.S. got independence from Britain, it bought the area as part of the Louisiana Purchase. The state was part of the Confederate States of America as it didn't want to abolish slavery. They lost the war, and since lots of black history has occurred, like when Rosa Parks refused to give her seat up to a white man on the bus and got arrested. This act led to the Montgomery bus boycott. The Tuskegee Airmen, the first African-American flying unit in the U.S. military, were trained in Alabama. Their accomplished combat record, including getting more than 850 medals, played an important part in President Truman's decision to desegregate armed forces in 1948. Alabama workers built the first rocket to put humans on the moon. Montgomery was the capital of the Confederate States of America.